What's up, everybody? This is Scott Neal with Neal Insurance Brokers here in beautiful Roanoke, Texas. I've got a buddy and he actually just surprisingly dropped in, which I love. The wonderful, handsome, bearded Rob Messick. He's done our glass for all of our clients for forever. He's with AAA Auto Glass, and they do a phenomenal job. This video, I want to talk to y'all about when to file a glass claim. Let me give y'all an example. I had a buddy of mine come to me today. He wanted to shop his auto insurance, and he had 2 glass claims on his motor history report. When you run a clue report, in the MVR report, it shows accident history, claims history, and if you have too much activity, even if it's a small claim, you're not eligible for coverage. And this is killing people because they're like, well, it was a $150, $250 glass claim. Why is that count against me? You know, it was an act of God, it was hail. It doesn't matter. I don't know which agency or company or dealership is telling people acts of God claims don't count against you on your auto and home insurance. They absolutely do. One thing my agency does now, because it's killing us, is we don't offer glass coverage. We just have your standard comprehensive deductible. A lot of companies do a $0 glass claim, but when you file a claim for a $250 windshield, it actually hurts your insurability. And so we stopped doing that so people can either pay out of pocket, or if it's a big enough claim, they can file on their comprehensive deductible. So Rob, dude, tell us about what you do,
okay,
where you work, what what to look for, when to file a claim, like types of situations, man, and just kind of dive in and talk loud so that people can hear you.
My name is Rob Messick. I'm with AAA Auto Glass. Okay, we are based out of Cottontown, Tennessee. We are currently one of the largest mom and pop companies, privately owned auto glass companies that are in the nation right now. Here's where I'm going to start. Your comprehensive coverage, that deductible does matter when it comes to your glass and your pricing, okay? Now, it only matters because of the amount that you would potentially pay should a claim end up needing to be filed. Now, we're going to get into the situations where you want to file a claim. When you have a brand new vehicle and you've got a $500 comprehensive deductible, you want to file that claim. Your vehicle is going to have a recalibration. It is going to have more than likely, if it's a fresh year model, a OEM glass. Now there are aftermarket glass that works, and that's absolutely fine, okay? The aftermarket glass is still great quality. All of it is DOT certified, but your insurance is going to pay for what's called a like part. OEM dealer glass is only going to come into play whenever the aftermarket glass is not available, or if the customer specifically requests it. When you have those requests from a customer, that request, if insurance is not going to pay for the OEM glass, the customer does have the option to still file the claim, and what they do is they pay the difference in between what the aftermarket was going to be paid.
So they can still get it, they just got to pay the difference.
Yes.
It's like if someone has a roof claim and they want, we'll replace it at a class 3 shingle. If they want a class 4 shingle, insurance won't pay for that because it's not the same roof you had, but you can pay the additional $1,000 and get
absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
got it. So same with glass. Got
yeah,
it.
absolutely. So another thing when it comes to your comprehensive deductible, your claims and filing claims, general rule of thumb that I always recommend to our customers, if you're looking at a $300 difference or more between your deductible and the total cost of the job, potentially don't look at filing that claim as your first option, right? You want to weigh your options, make sure you speak with your agent, right? Now, any glass company is going to be able to go out and help you out with your claim, okay? We've got people who are specialized claims personnel who will be able to get all of the legwork done, not only for your agent, but for yourself, and make it a painless process. However, if you are filing a claim, say you've got a $250 deductible and a $300 windshield replacement, you are going to hurt yourself with that claim, okay? A lot of companies, what they want to do is they want the insurance work. We want the insurance work. However, we do not want the insurance work at the detriment of the agent or the customer, right? So you have to look into what these amounts are and get comparing quotes from different companies to make sure that you're in the right hands.
And so, like, if someone has a $250 deductible or $500 deductible, and they drive a Tesla or a Maybach or or something where it's like, because there's calibration costs, there's glass costs, And that could be $2,000. I mean, what's the most expensive windshield you've seen? $3,000 on a Lambo or something like that, probably?
Okay, so not even the most expensive. I'll just give you one that we took care of this week. We had a customer with a Hyundai Genesis, okay?
Okay.
$2,700.
Golly. So you want to file, obviously, if you have a $500 deductible, it's a $2,700 claim. That's financial. You know, your rate's not going to go up $2,200 difference overnight.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I've seen jobs upwards of $4,000. If you're driving something that's a Maybach, I mean, you're going to be looking at some astronomical prices if you're paying out of pocket. If you got it like that, awesome. But most people don't, especially in these times. You lean on your insurance agents to give you the best coverage possible. Mm-hmm. And with that coverage, you definitely don't want to shoot yourself in the foot and end up filing claims that are unnecessary. If you've got something brand new, talk with somebody, see about filing a claim, weigh your options. Don't jump into it because you can definitely hurt yourself. And it's something that a lot of people don't educate their customers on.
We see this all the time with auto and roofs. You know, oh, I think my neighbor had a roofer come and told me I had roof damage, or, you know, whatever. I need to file a claim. And the agent just says, okay, we'll file a claim. And that actually counts against you, even if it's a zero payout. And we're getting killed with insurability when people shop to us and they're like, what do you mean I have 2 claims? Mm-hmm. I never went through with them.
Yeah. A
zero payout claim, whether on auto or home insurance, affects your rates. It does.
Yes.
Or even insurability. I always say, like, if it's $500 or more out of pocket, it's okay to file a claim. Maybe even a little bit more if it's $1,000. You know, more than your deductible. Like your total claim is $1,000. You have a $500 deductible. I would still recommend paying out of pocket for that. But if it's a $250 deductible and it's a $2,000 windshield or whatever, I would recommend filing a claim.
In essence, not everybody is going to have the ability to pay it out of pocket. You do run into safety issues, which is another thing that kind of boosts what you're going to have on your claim frequency, or any of your customers needing to file a claim, right? So you're definitely not wrong. But the safety of your vehicle, you're in these things every day, you carry your families in them, and the windshield, it actually adds structural stability to your vehicle in the event of a rollover, okay? So if you have breakage, you do need to make a decision quick in getting that taken care of so you and your family are safe. But definitely do not take the first option of just, let's file a claim. That's not gonna work for you, okay? We need to get you a quote, and if you call AAA Auto Glass, we're gonna get you a quote before we even look at insurance, and then we can just go from there.
Rob, how can we get a hold of you, bud?
So you can actually call me on my cell phone. That's gonna be 682-668-3306, or you can email us at dallas@aaaglass.us. We can absolutely get you taken care of. We've got wonderful personnel who are there to answer your questions and help you out with whatever you need. So don't hesitate to give us a call.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much. Again, this is Scott and Rob. We'll talk to you later. If you have any questions, reach out to us and I'll tag his information below. See ya.